Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The School of Love. My name is Maria and I am helping people discover the inner potential for love towards oneself and towards the others. Today I am inviting you to a new episode from the series, What I Wish I Knew When I Was Younger. And in today's episode I'm going to talk about the phenomenon of procrastination and how to overcome it. So, what is procrastination? Procrastination is this habit of postponing things, postponing doing things, postponing calling people, postponing replying to messages, generally speaking, postponing doing anything which is productive and constructive for your life. Too much postponing then leads to chronic procrastination, which is not a clinical condition but can wreak havoc in our lives and in the people impacted by our actions. So, how to solve this problem? So, usually procrastination is the result of some sort of self-sabotaging mechanism inside of our mental outfit, and it comes from, or it is the result of long-standing issues of self-esteem and self-representation or self-awareness. So the first step is then to build this sense of awareness and to become aware of this condition of procrastinating, of postponing doing things, solving problems, socializing, dealing with other people, earning money, cleaning the house, decluttering one's life, and so on. By becoming aware, we also call to our attention that there are things which have to do even if we don't like to do it. This is called having responsibilities and having the duty to fulfill those responsibilities. The older we get, the more responsibilities we have, and dealing in a self-aware manner and mindfully with our responsibilities is part of what makes a citizen, a human being, a decent one, in contrast to those who prefer not to do so. And so becoming aware of procrastination habits is the first step in moving onward the pathway of solving this problem, because it is a problem. So the second step is identify the trigger. So when I'm postponing things, what am I actually avoiding? Because beneath any toxic behavior, any unhealthy behavior, there is actually a deeper emotion. There is a deeper layer of ourselves which we do not want to acknowledge. So when I postpone something, what exactly am I avoiding? If I procrastinate in filing up my taxes, what am I avoiding? Am I avoiding paying those money? Or am I avoiding fulfilling a responsibility? Am I trying to rebel against the state, against authorities? Where does it come from? So what makes it this toxic behavior of, for instance, avoiding to file one's taxes and to submit them on time? What makes that behavior attractive? So on a conscious level, we know this is just poor behavior, poor social behavior. So why do we do it? Because it is at the same time attractive, which brings me to the next point, which is identify the payoff. Yeah, Identify the reward which comes from procrastinating, or which comes with procrastinating. Let's say you procrastinate on filing your taxes on time, which will bring later on a fine, for instance, or an increase of taxes which you have to pay anyway. You cannot emigrate to the moon, at least not yet. So, so what is the payoff? Maybe it is a sense of rebellion against authorities, which, if you go a layer deeper, will reveal you that it is a rebellion against an authority figure in your past, probably in your childhood, who simply treated you very poorly. And then at some point you made this inner commitment to rebel against anyone who might try to force you to do anything. It's not necessarily against your will, because as a decent citizen, you have to pay your taxes. But deeper than that, and more strongly than that, there is that voice, that inner child, that hurt inner child who says, no, I'm going to rebel against anything which is trying to impose anything upon me. Even if I know it is the right thing to do because these are the laws, I still rebel against it. And even if I only have to lose by rebelling, I'm still doing it. So, identifying the payoff, which is usually hidden beneath all this strata of frustration and tiredness and a cluttered mind. There is a payoff, there is a reward, there is some sort of validation we receive either from ourselves or from those around us, which encourage us to procrastinate. Number 4 is to find a healthy way to deal with triggers, and while letting go of the reward. And one of the healthy ways, proactively looking at the memory, the place, the present, whatever, instead of running away of it. So identify that basic emotion which usually accompanies that memory which led to this behavior, or those memories which have been leading to this behavior, the behavior of procrastination, and then find a healthy way to deal with it. Let's say you always postpone on filing your taxes, and which always results in increased taxes or fines, which you have to pay on this. While at the beginning you feel like a rebel, with or without a cause, when you have to pay the fines, you always feel frustrated and angry, and this whole frustration and anger turns against you and makes you feel actually very bad in the long run. And instead of doing this, you can promise yourself that, well, I'm going to hire an accountant to do this taxes for me. Well, let's say you cannot afford to do this, then you ask someone to hold you accountable for filing your taxes on time. You can do that with the best way to do it is to do it with someone, to ask it from someone you trust, for a long while, and who has the courage and the power to adopt a no-nonsense attitude with you and to really hold you accountable. There are many other ways. For instance, start much earlier and do every day a little bit. Let's say 10% of it. Or this kind of stuff. So I could think of various other solutions, but the idea is to find a healthy way to cope with it without trying to force yourself into it. So don't push it, because it won't work. We cannot, with our conscious mind, we cannot fight or push against the unconscious one or the subconscious one. It's like trying to fight a supercomputer with an abacus. It doesn't work that way. And number 5 is, while dealing with it proactively and finding ways to deal in a healthy manner with those procrastination habits, is to be grateful for the lesson the person or the experience in your past has taught you. So maybe it taught you a sense of rebellion, and that sense of rebellion is also a hidden gem of critical thinking, of not simply accepting things the way they are presented to ourselves by mass media, by politicians, by public figures, but actually to question them and to allow yourself to say, no, I'm not going to do things the way you want it only because you tell me this, only because you are elected in those positions. I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to make sure that I have the right reasons, the good reasons, for instance, to file my taxes on time and to pay them. So the sense of rebellion, if you can transcend that sense of rebellion, into a sense of critical thinking, for instance, which allows you to keep your mental freedom and your cognitive independence and your emotional autonomy, then you get to the moment, to the place where you can embrace the negative experience instead of rejecting it or continuing to repress it. And by practicing radical acceptance, radical acceptance meaning it was what it was. I cannot change the past, but I can learn from it and enhance my present experience, and in doing so, prepare and co-create a better future. That will be for today from me. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you again very soon. Love and peace to you all.